A rectification of errors. C. Rectification of errors will involve finding the errors. Second step, when do you find the error? Based on that, you can now pass the rectification of errors in the third one. So that's also a from the journal entry, cash business transaction. From there, you pass the journal entry, prepare ledger, and prepare the trial balance. Trial balance is the base for final accounts. Final accounts has three blocks: trading, P&L account, and balance sheet. The balance of trading is transferred to the P&L account, GP. The balance of P&L account net profit transferred to the balance sheet. The balance sheet is the opening journal entry for the next year. This is what about the accounting cycle. While preparing the final accounts, you find some errors. Now and then you can find the error during any of the times. Probably you find the error and try to rectify the error before the preparation of the trial balance. Or sometimes after the preparation of trial balance only you came to know there is an error. Okay. And another case, you can find out only in the next financial year. You prepare the final accounts and you locate the error. You find out the error and rectify the error only in the next financial year here. Scenario 1, Scenario 2, Scenario 3. Three types of errors we have. Okay. The rectification of error entry will be different based on the period of locating and rectifying the error. Is that okay? Most probably, if you pass the journal entry or rectify the journal entry before the trial balance preparation, before trial balance. Okay? Before the trial balance. Usually it is very simple. And by preparing a trial balance, if it is anywhere between trial balance and final accounts, if you find out the error and rectify after preparing the trial balance, but before preparing final accounts, if you find the error, some errors may affect only one side, either debit side or credit side. Automatically, as only one side gets affected, no, by preparing the trial balance, you will find out there's a balance. It will not tally. Usually, trial balance should tally. In which scenario the trial balance will not tally? If there is any error in one side. If you have not posted 500 rupees in the debit side as well as 500 rupees in the credit side, the entire trial balance will be totaled lesser by 500. But the trial balance will be agreed. But you have posted 500 rupees in the debit side, but you missed to post in the credit side. Debit side trial balance value will be higher, credit side value will be lower. So one side there will be error. If there is one side error, that error will be combined and shown in a new account called suspense account. And when you find out and rectify the error after the final accounts, this is before trial balance, this is after final accounts. Okay. In case if you are finding the error and rectifying after the final accounts, yeah, of course, if the error has impact in only one side, it will not tally. The difference is kept in new account called suspense account. Apart from that, if there is any error in nominal account, okay, nominal account. For example, salary 1000, we missed to post this value. Salary 1000, we now try to post that value here to rectify. Clear. In case of final accounts, no problem. You can now debit to salary account, no problem. In case of after final accounts, how can I adjust this one, sir? Because of preparation of the trading and P&L account balance sheet, The nominal account of this one will be cancelled and this one also cancelled. You will have only what account? Real and personal account. We don't have nominal account. So nominal account is completely closed. Only the real and personal account will be available in the opening journal entry. In this year, you came to know there's a law, there's an amount not recorded for the salary. Salary being the nominal account. If salary is missed, you can go and add in the salary. Okay, in case of rent, you made an error, go and adjust in the rent account. But if there is an error in rent or salary nominal account, you have to go and adjust in the concern account now. But by preparing the balance sheet, we don't have what? We don't have what? Nominal account. But the nominal account will have the impact in which one? The final P&L account. So the nominal account is replaced with P&L account. With P&L account. This is the main thing you have to understand. Now, see the picture here. Cash business transaction. From there, journal entry is passed and trial balance prepared and final accounts prepared. You can find the errors and rectify. Before the trial balance, in this case, you no need to pass any entry. We don't have suspense account. But if the error is located after the trial balance but before final accounts, and then that error makes the trial balance disagree, then we need to use suspense account if error affects the trial balance. And after the final accounts, if we locate and rectify the error, yeah, of course, if error affects trial balance, we will have a suspense account. Or if the error affects the nominal account, the nominal account is replaced with a P&L adjustment account. So these are the three scenarios. Now let's see. Errors. What are the types of errors we have, sir? Errors. Okay. So we have error of commission. Error of commission. And error of omission. Error of omission. Error of principal. Compensating error. Compensating error. Is that okay? So we have four types of errors. Error of commission is nothing but the error you made. The error you made. Is that clear? Now, commission is nothing but I commit mistake. I did, but I did it wrongly. This error of commission will be of two varieties. Two varieties. One is posting, another one is casting. Okay. Posting. Posting error and casting error. In case of posting, again we have two subdivisions. Wrong side and wrong value. Wrong side and wrong value. Clear? For example, rent account debit to cash. We paid rent rupees 10,000. We paid rent rupees 10,000. Now you have to post that in rent account. While posting, you have to post in which side? Here only, no, to cash, but wrongly they have posted here to cash. 10,000. So in rent account, to cash is the correct one, but they have posted in which side? In the credit side. Rather than posting that in the debit side, they have posted that in the other side. This is called wrong side posting. Wrong side posting. Or other way, cash. Correctly posted, rather than 10,000, it may be posted as 1,000. Okay. Rather than posting 10,000 rupees in the debit side, we have posted that as 1000. Clear? This is called wrong value. Posting. Posting is nothing but transferring from one account to the other. Ledger transfer. Ledger balance is transferred to the trial balance. Our journal entry is posted to the ledger. While posting, we make mistake. That mistake is called posting error. Casting error, again we have two types of casting error. Undercasting, another one is overcasting. Casting is nothing but totally. 5 plus 3, 7. It's wrong total. The total is less than the value. 5 plus 3, 8, but shown as 7. So it's called undercasting. 5 plus 3, 9 is called overcasting. Hope you will be now able to understand the undercasting and overcasting. Errors. What are the errors may be possible? Commissioning. I commission. I commit mistake. Very often we use the term, right? I commit mistake. I did, but wrongly. What sort of error you are doing? Wrong side posting or wrong value posting or together with both. Wrong side, wrong value. Also be possible. Right? Combination of these two. Another one is casting. While totaling, we will make a mistake. The total may be lesser, sometimes the total may be more than its worth. So undercasting and overcasting. So we have completed that. Next. Error of omission. When it is all about error of omission, we still have two types of errors. Two types of errors. Okay. One is partial. Partial. Another one is complete. Another one is complete. Partial and complete. Is that clear? So, salary paid. The entry should be salary account debit to bank. Ilya. So, salary account debit to bank maybe 1000, but I posted only 1000 here. I forgot to record in bank. Another entry being we forgot to post this or pass this entry completely. Either we might have shown in the debit side without showing that in the credit side, or credit side shown but debit side not shown. It's called partial. I have forgotten to post completely in both the debit and credit side, then it will be coming under complete omission. The next one is all about error of principle. Principle is nothing but rule error. Rule error. Okay, rule. What's that rule? So, capital item may be sometimes named as revenue item, or revenue item may be considered as capital item. This is called error of principle or rule. Accounting rules. You are not strong with accounting rule. Because of that, you may make mistake. If you are stronger with accounting rules, you will not make the mistake. For example, wages paid for installing machine rupees 1000. Come on, what is the entry here? What is the entry here? So, wages account debit to cash or bank, or machine account debit to cash, which is the correct one? Okay, because wages tempts you to post that in the wages account, but actually this wages is for what? Purchasing and installing the machine. So this should be capitalized. If it is machine, it will be an item and an asset will be recorded in the balance sheet asset side. If it is being the wages, it's an expense debited to the P&L account. So rather than debiting to the assets value, it may be debited to the P&L account, also error of principle. Or rather than debiting to the P&L account, they might have debited to the asset account, also error of principle. Error of principle. Capital and revenue classification problem will be considered as this one. And remember, in case of complete omission, what happens? You don't show in debit side as well as credit side. Because of this reason, if you are tallying, this will get tallied. Is that okay? So in trial balance, rent 1000, outstanding rent 1000, getting tallied. Isn't it? Or rent, rather than rent, they have simply debited to salary account 1000, outstanding salary 1000. This is the correct one. This is the wrong one. This is the correct one. Rent is paid, payable, still payable. If it is paid, rent account debit to cash, but it's not payable, then rent account debit to outstanding rent. But rather than debiting the rent account, they simply debit it to the salary. Wrong account. Though it is wrongly debited in salary account rather than rent account, if I tally, this will get tally. If you tally, then this will get tally. Okay. But remember, in your trial balance, rent paid, rent payable account. So rent posted, but we have forgotten to post the outstanding rent. We forgot to post this one. If I tally, then debit side we have 1000 rupees, credit side there's a shortage by 1000. Shortage by 1000. Okay. This shortage will make the trial balance non-agree, non-tally. Okay. This will not tally the trial balance. Is that clear? The first error, wrong account posting, rather than debiting to the rent account, if it is debited to the salary account, anyhow the debit will be there either means instead of rent account, it will be debited in the salary account, but trial balance will be tally. In this case, trial balance is not tallying because you showed that value only in the debit side, not in the credit side. It missed to be shown in the credit side. In that case, this will not help us to balance the trial balance or balance sheet. The trial balance will not be agreeing. If the trial balance is not agreeing, this is due to the complete omission, not single side omission. If it is single side omission, of course, this will have the impact in the trial balance. Completely omitted, it will not have the impact in trial balance. And the capital and revenue, rent means this one, wages paid for installing machine. Rather than debiting machine account, if you have debited this one, rather than passing this entry, if you pass this one, any of trial balance will have the debit side same value. Okay, rather than showing the value 1000 rupees in machine account, now it will be appearing in the wages account. Any of this value will be only in the debit side. Only will be the debit side. Is that clear? Because the debit side value remains same, account only wrong, the trial balance will be tallying. Is that okay? So complete omission as well as principal omission, principal error. And compensating error. What happened? 5 plus 3, 7, and 11 plus 2, 11. This is debit side, this is credit side. Apart from that, there is the existing balance being 4. The existing balance being 4. 5 plus 3, what happened? 7. Actually, it should be 1 excess. Debit side, 1 excess, no, they have undercasted. Credit side, 11 plus 2, 11 plus 2, maybe 12. Okay, 11 plus 2, 13, but they have shown only 12. Here, also undercast by how much? 1. Debit side also, there is an undercasting. Credit side is also undercasting. Or it may be this way. Debit side, 5 plus 3, okay, maybe 7. Another item, 3 plus 2, 6. This is also one error. This is also one error. 5 plus 3, 8. Shown as 7, then it is called undercasting. 3 plus 2, 5, but shown as 6, then it is called overcasting. The ultimate value being 8 plus 5, no, 13 is the correct answer. You get the same correct answer. Because of 2 errors, making the trial balance agreeing, then those 2 errors will be called as compensating error. So because of these 3 errors, what are they? Complete omission, error of principle, compensating error. We cannot locate that error by preparing the trial balance. In rest of the cases, by preparing the trial balance, you can find out there may be error or not based on the disagreement. Is that okay? So these are the errors not located by trial balance. Okay, not located by trial balance. Rest of the errors can be located by trial balance. Is that clear? Errors: error of commission, error of omission, error of principle, compensating. Commission, we have posting and casting. In posting, we have the wrong side posting as well as wrong value. Casting, we have undercasting as well as overcasting. Undercasting and overcasting. And in case of omission, we have the partial as well as complete omission. In case of error of principle, capital may be considered as a revenue. Capital item may be considered as revenue item or vice versa. Compensating error is nothing but there may be 2 errors. One error's effect in the trial balance will be compensated by another error. So that will be called as compensating error. These three cannot be located by preparing the trial balance. Rest can be located by preparing the trial balance. Is that clear? Hope now you'll be able to understand how to pass the rectification entries. For passing the rectification entry, okay, rectification entry, we have to follow 3 steps. Step 1, pass the correct entry for the transaction. Second, pass the wrong entry actually posted. Wrong entry actually posted. Third, pass the rectification entry. Pass the rectification entry. Rectification entry. These two are only working node. This one will be your solution. So these two are not required. Once you become master, the first 2 steps not required. Until that time, you just pass the correct entry for the transaction, and what you have done, you have to pass this. That will be called as wrong entry. Now you have to go for the correct entry, means rectification entry. For the rectification entry, correct entry, and add inverse of rectification entry. Inverse of rectification entry. Sorry, inverse of wrong entry. Sorry. Okay. Inverse of wrong entry. If you club these 2 entries, this is called rectification of error entry. Pass the correct entry. Pass the entry passed by the accountant wrongly. And then you have to club these 2. While clubbing, correct entry should be passed as it is, wrong entry should be inverse and merged with this one. Inverse means debit becomes credit, credit becomes debit. By adding these 2, the value what you get is the rectification. The thing what you are getting here is called rectification. It's very simple. Based on whether the rectification entry is passed before trial balance, or between trial balance and final accounts, or after the final accounts, the entry may be slightly modified. So we'll see all these things after a small break. So we'll start with the question number 1. Pass rectification entries for the following errors, assuming error located before the preparation of trial balance. I'll do this one first. Rest of the 2 just a variation, so we'll try to finish up the first. A sale of 60 posted to the credit of customer's account. What is the entry? Correct entry for this? Number 1, come on. You can write it down. Come on, make it faster. What is the correct entry? Correct entry in this case being sale, right? Debtors account debit or customers account debit. Customer account debit to sales is the correct entry. The value being 60. What is the wrong entry? Posted to the credit of customer's account. To customer's account and to sales account. This is the wrong entry. The value being 60. Is that okay? Remember, sales appears in correct entry as well as wrong entry in credit side, no problem. So it is not a problem for us. Okay, score out. Anything seems to be correct in correct entry as well as wrong entry, you score out. You can now pass the remaining one only. Now you can pass the rectification. Rectification entry for question number 1. Is that okay? Correct entry should be passed, rectification entry should be reversed. This credit will now become debit. Okay, this credit will become debit. Okay, to not debit. Okay, so this should be debited. This one is also customer debit. This one is also customer debit. Means you have customer debit in total. Customer debit, account debit. For this 60, so you have to post 120 rupees here. And what about this one? This is error of commission. In error of commission, posting error. Posting error. Is that okay? You better identify what sort of error is that, and then you can pass the rectification entry. Now my question is, will you make any foolish journal entry this way while passing it? Okay, come on, tell me. Will you make such an error if you are being an accountant? You know that for every entry there should be debit and credit. Habitually, you do practicing passing the debit and equivalent credit. Sometimes, rarely it may happen, but of course, it seems to be very foolish. Showing both in the credit side seems to be a foolish, like usually you don't do. Usually you don't do. Okay, both are in credit side. But this error happens only because of practical accounting system. What we do is for the number one, sales of rupees 60 posted to the credit. The sales may be shown where? Sales book. While preparing the subsidiary books, you write this way: customer account. Okay, the value being 60. Customer 1. Similarly, we have n number of customers. Finally, the total may be 1000 or something, inclusive of all these customers' value. From the sales book, you are going to prepare the sales account. And you prepare the customer 1 account. Customer 1 account. This total will go to the credit side of the sales account. So, by sundries from our sales, okay, sundries from sales book, the value being 1000. As you transfer the total of the sales book to the credit side of the sales account, this should go to the debit side of the customer account. While transferring, he has to change the pages. While shifting the pages, he may just have the interaction with some friends. Okay, what happens? What's the special in your home? Then automatically miss and write here, like this. Clear? Now, here also in credit side, here also in credit side. This may happen. This may happen. Clear? So, the term, the error number 1, customer's account is credited is not usually making normal mistake while passing the journal entry, but due to practical accounting system, you are making such error. Anyhow, now you'll just guess this is the correct entry, this is a wrong entry. This type of error happened due to the practical accounting system. So, once you pass the correct entry and wrong entry, any account seems to be correct in both, score out that. Leaving that, correct entry should be passed and wrong entry should be reversed. Correct entry, customer's account debit, okay, we can pass. Wrong entry, 60 credit, that should be reversed to the debit side. So, here is also 60, another 60 debit, so in total 120 debit. Let's move on to the next illustration. Always remember, make a copy of this. In the examination, of course, not required, you can directly post the ROE. But of course, sometimes they need your notes to accounts also, you can prepare this one also. Okay, no issues. Second one, 125 received from X posted to the credit of Y. Again, commission error, that too due to posting. What is the correct entry for the second one? Correct entry being 125 received from X. Cash to X. Cash to X. Okay. And what is the wrong entry? Posted to the credit of Y. So, wrong entry being cash to Y. 125. Which is correct in both the cases. Cash has no error. What we expected, cash should be in the debit. Wrongly also, they have done the same way, cash in the debit. So, it's not a relation. Now, rectification entry, this should be credited. Y is in credit, wrong entry should be reversed. Correct entry should be passed, wrong entry should be reversed. As this being the credit, to cancel it should be debited. Second one. The entry being Y account debit to X account. The value being 125. Third one. Third one. So I told you to copy this immediately. Don't miss this. Okay. Third one. An item of 27 in sales return book not posted to the customer's account. This is error of omission. That to complete omission. An item of 27 in sales return book omitted. In case of omission, you just pass the letter. There is no any complication. So third one. Sales return account debit. Sales return account debit to customer account. To customer account. The value be 27. And fourth one, sale total undercast by 100. Sale total undercast by 100. This is casting error. Undercasting error, it is all about total means undercasting. This is all about undercasting. What is the correct entry? What is the correct entry? Actually, sales total undercast by 100 means sales book. Sales book. Maybe we have so many customers. 100, 200, 500 and so on. We assume while totaling these three numbers, we have shown this as 700. Sales book is now undercast, means casted lower by 100. While preparing the sales account and customers account what happens here? In sales account, this total will go to the sales account's credit side. And in A's account, this will go here. Am I right? This is the logic. A account, B account, C account. But it should be 800. Naturally, here should be 100 excess. So now give 100 rupees excess to sales only. That's all. So fourth one, to sales. We don't pass any entry. We don't pass any entry. Requires no journal entry. In the sales account, in the credit side, post another 100 rupees. Because we have not tallied the trial balance, we just now prepare the sales account where in the credit side you have to write another 100 rupees. That's all. We no need to pass it. You usually has no journal entry here. But you can say so. To sales account means sales account should be credited by rupees 100. That's how you can pass it. That's how you can pass it. Is that clear? Now, the last one. Purchase of 75 not entered in the day book. Entered in the day book. If you are not shown or recorded in the day book is nothing but purchases book. So as you are not recorded in the purchases book, it represents complete omission. Okay. Omission, that to complete omission. In case of complete omission, you just pass the entry here. So fifth one. What is the entry? Purchase account debit to creditors account. The value being certain. Is that clear? If you are not posted in any of the subsidiary books, it will be a complete omission. If you have posted that in the subsidiary books, while transferring from here to some other account, there is error, means it will affect only one account. You have to check whether the error affects two accounts or single account. If not posted in the subsidiary books or wrongly posted in the subsidiary book, then it will be affecting two accounts. From subsidiary books to ledger transferring, if there is an error, it affects only one book, one account. Is that clear? So this is all about rectification of errors done before the preparation of trial balance. Before the trial balance. What happens, sir? If you are rectifying that after trial balance but before final accounts. Any transaction affects only one side of the account. Automatically, while preparing the trial balance, it will not agree. As trial balance is not agreeing, but you are in emergency to finish up and submit to your boss. Then what do? Temporarily, you keep that difference in a new account, suspense account. Stating to your boss, sir, there is an error, I will rectify that, give me a couple of hours or a couple of days. Okay, only this one error completely have done. That will be temporarily kept in suspense account, maybe removed sometimes later. So while preparing the trial balance only, the suspense account will emerge. So if you are rectifying before the preparation of the trial balance, you don't have a suspense account. After the trial balance, before the final accounts, if you go for preparing, check with the normal rectification entry where if you have any debit or credit side missing, that missing side will be named as suspense. That's all. In the case of first one, debit side is there, credit side is missing. Missing side is now named as what? Suspense account. That's all. Customer account debit to suspense account. And Y account and X account, there is no any missing in any of the sides, so the entry remains the same. Okay, the value being 125, 125. Third entry, there is no any side missing. We have the equivalent debit and credit, so you just pass as it is. Sales return account debit to customer account. This value being 27. Fourth entry, debit side is missing. If any side missing, then you have to name this being suspense account. So suspense account debit to sales. Suspense account debit to sales. The value being 100. Fifth, purchase and creditors. We have the values in both debit and credit, so we don't have suspense account here. The entry being purchase account debit to creditors. First calculation only will be bit challenging. The second one may be quite easy. If there is any missing account, either it may be debit and credit side, will be simply renamed with the suspense. What happens if we go for after trial balance rectification, after final accounts rectification? After the preparation of the final account, trading and P&L account is simply removed. Only the balance sheet will be there. Starting journal entry will be incorporated in the subsequent period. We don't have any nominal account of the previous year available in this year. Then in order to rectify the errors happened in the prior to this year, old one, we don't have those accounts. Rent account, salary account, everything is scrapped and removed totally. Land, building, plant and machinery, of course, still we have in our balance sheet. If errors related to the land and building, the real account or personal account, we can go and rectify directly in the real account and personal account. Error related to nominal account, it's closed already. We never open the trading and P&L account once the account is closed. But you know that whatever the items we debit or credit in the P&L account or trading account will have the impact in the P&L adjustment account. Will have the impact in the P&L adjustment account. Rather than posting the salaries account as 10,000, you posted 5,000, wrongly 5,000 rupees. Then what happens? You have shown your expenses 5,000 lesser, amounts to increase in the profit. That increased profit will be available in the balance sheet. Is that okay? So from this it is very clear. In the next year you find that, sir, I missed to show the value of the salary rather than 10, I showed that as 5,000. That 5,000 can be adjusted in the P&L account this year. In the P&L account, not the salary account. Is that okay? C, salary and GP. Salary is actually 10,000 and net profit should be 5,000. In your balance sheet, you showed the net profit being 5,000. 15,000. Okay. Yeah, 10,000. Net profit being 10,000. And instead of this, you posted this way. Salary 5,000. GP 20,000. And net profit is 15,000. In your balance sheet, you will show the net profit being 15,000. Okay. Once the trading and P&L account is over, we just close this and bundle it and keep it away. That's all. We never open this hereafter. Only the balance sheet is the information for the next year. On analyzing various expenses, you came to know, sir, salary is actually 10, sir, but we have posted only 5,000, sir. What is the correct entry? The correct entry being salary to cash 10,000. What's a wrong entry? Salary to cash. We have shown wrongly in salary account but correctly in cash account. There is only one error. You assume that. Now I'm going to rectify. Cash has no problem. While passing the rectification, salary account debit should be cancelled by crediting, right? Wrong entry should be reversed and correct entry should be passed. So 10 rupees debit, 5 rupees credit ends with salary debit value being 5,000. Am I right? This is what about the rectification entry. Salary account debit 5,000 rupees. Now you have to go and adjust this salary account, right? But we don't have the salary account because trading and P&L account is simply closed. As we have closed the trading and P&L account, how can I adjust this? Whatever the nominal account you know, that will be now replaced with the P&L account or P&L adjustment account. P&L adjustment account. So in P&L adjustment account, I have to debit 5,000 rupees. Already we have 15,000 in P&L account. From there, if I debit 5,000 rupees, the ultimate results being 10,000. This is credit, this is credit, debit. This is credit, this is debit. So ultimately, we get 10,000 rupees. We got the original answer here. If I post everything correctly, the net profit is 10,000. Because of wrong, I get the net profit 15. After finding the error, now I knew that salary should be reversed. But I don't have the salary account because that account is closed. Now we have only the real and personal account. Then how can I adjust this nominal account? Sir, the nominal account is replaced with the P&L account. Automatically, P&L account will be adjusted. In the case of debit, it should be subtracted from the P&L account. In case of this being credit, it should be added to the P&L to get the original one. So here, after the final accounts, if I want to rectify, verify is there any nominal account. Here is nominal account, here is nominal account, here is nominal account. These nominal accounts are going to be named as P&L adjustment account. Rest of the things are similar to the rectification entry what we have posted for finding and locate. Sorry, at the time of finding and rectifying after the trial balance we put the final account. So here number 1, customer account debit to suspense account. This value being 120, 120. Second one, Y account debit to X account. Value being 125, 125. Third one, P&L adjustment account, right? To customer account. The value being 27, 27. Nominal account is going to be replaced with the P&L account. Fourth one, suspense account debit to P&L adjustment account, the value being 100. Fifth, P&L adjustment account debit to creditors, the value being 75, 75, 75, 75. So you need to concentrate passing the journal entry when you are rectifying this before the preparation of the trial balance. From there, if you want to move to rectify during trial balance final accounts period, then automatically any side is missing, that side is named as suspense account. After final accounts, all the nominal accounts are replaced with the P&L account. Is that clear? Hope now you'll be able to understand this one. Shall I move on to the next one? Third one, could be partial also. Omission but partial. That's how in Singer Academy text I have solved. An item of 27 in sales written book not posted to the customer account. In sales written book, okay, probably customer A 27, like we have n number of items. From there, sales written book account. This total is posted properly, but in A's account not posted. In A's account not posted. So then what happens? This will be partial omission. I'll just adjust this. Sales written is posted properly. It is not a problem for me. Okay. Clear? This is the entry. Make a correction. Rather than partial omission, complete omission, it can be converted into partial omission. Only one side is omitted. As only one side is omitted, automatically what happens? What happens here? This becomes suspense account. Suspense is not nominal account. So I name it suspense account. Clear? In case of partial omission. Let's move on to the question number 2. Ready? Ready? How do you rectify the following errors? First, we'll understand that rectification takes place before trial balance case. Before trial balance case. The total of discount allowed column is added short by 20 and then the amount posted to the credit of discount received account. The correct total of the column is 320. How to rectify this? How to rectify this? Come on, tell me. Where will you have the discount allowed and received column? In your cash book, receipt side, you have discount allowed. Payment side, you have discount received. Am I right? Apart from that, other cash and bank columns. Okay, discount allowed and discount received. The total of the discount allowed column is added short by 20. The correct one is 320, but shown as 300. Shown as 300. This is wrong one. This is correct one. Is that clear? Usually what you do, the total will go to the discount allowed account or discount received account. The correct posting should be this 320 should go debit side of the discount allowed here. Discount allowed. Sundries from cash book. Sundries from cash book. But what they have done is they have posted wrongly the credit side as discount received. Here, credit side 300. This wrong value is posted wrongly in the credit side of the discount received account. The correct one should be debit side of the discount allowed. Correct one they have not passed. Wrong one they have done. Now we have to do correct one to be passed. So rectification entry for the first one. Correct entry. Discount allowed account should be debited. Discount allowed account should be debited. And wrongly credited note to cancel that should also be debited. Wrong should be cancelled by debiting. Discount received. Discount received. How much is that? 300. Okay, we no need to post anything in the credit side. But if you are going to pass the rectification entry after the trial balance but before the final accounts, credit side you need to introduce a new account called to suspense account. Now we don't want to have the suspense account here. Clear? So they have not total and transferred to the debit side of the discount allowed. So the correct total being 320, I total and transferred to the discount allowed debit side. Discount received unwantedly shown in the credit side but with the wrong value. Okay, wrong value, wrong posting. Undercasting, wrong posting, both happen. So this is error of commissioning. Error of commission. This is called error of commission. Under error of commission, we have posting error, as well as casting error. All the things put together, here it happened. The total being 320, wrongly total as 300 under casting. And posting should be in the discount alert, was posted wrongly in the discount receipt in the wrong side. Right? So, these are the two errors happened. Clear? Now, let's move on to the next one. Let's move on to the next one. Second one. In the case of second one, sale of goods for rupees 300 to Sundaram was entered in the purchase book. If you are wrongly recording in the purchase book, that will affect both the accounts. See, purchases book. I am going to post the wrong one. Wrong one. Purchases book. Here Sundaram. The value being 300. But correct one being, you have to post that in the sales book. In the sales book. Sundaram. 300. Okay. 300. Clear? Instead of 300, 3000, right? We have various number. If you make an error posting in the purchases book, subsidiary books, it will affect both accounts. Okay, remember, if there is any error in posting any of the subsidiary books, from there only we will transfer to the ledger books, no? So automatically it affects both the book. Correct entry being, actually it is sale, right? Sundaram to sales. The value being 300. This is the correct one. What is the wrong entry? Shown as purchases. So purchases to Sundaram. Purchases to Sundaram. Sir, will it affect Sundaram account also? Yes. If you are posting wrongly in subsidiary books, it affects both the books. Both the ledger account. Now, rectification entry. Rectification entry, correct entry should be passed and wrong entry should be reversed. Purchases should be debited. Sundaram should be debited. Already Sundaram we have debit 300 because of cancelling the debit credit side of the Sundaram. We have to give a debit. So 300 plus 300, 600 Sundaram should be. Sundaram account debit to this value being 600. To what? Sales should be credit, wrong entry, so correct entry. Wrong entry purchases in the debit side, to cancel this it should be credited to sale, to purchases. This value being 300. Clear? Second one being error of posting. Posting error. In commissioning, we have error of commissioning, we have posting and casting. Here we have posting error. Goods worth rupees 200 taken by the proprietors for his private use were entirely omitted. Complete omission, very comfortable to rectify. Just pass it. Just pass the entry. So, from this it is very clear. Complete omission is pretty easy. Then rectifying any error made. Usually I tell the students to go for the examination. If you don't get the answer finally on solving, what do you have to do? Go to the next illustration. Don't try to find out the reasons for the error. It spoils your mood as well as time and your confidence. The first attempt, what you solve, no, that's all. Go to the next illustration. Set 20 minutes time. Within 20 minutes time, whatever things you write, finish up, go to the next. Because the allotted time for that is only 20 or 25 minutes maximum. Sir, only 200 rupees difference, sir. The total is 2 lakhs, but only 200 rupees not tallying. I am searching for the 200. That's all. Your examination has gone. See, error of omission is easy. Rather than solving this illustration completely, rectifying will be very complicated. So, question number 3 is only omission. Just to pass it. What's the journal trick here? Come on. Okay. Drawings account debit to purchases account. So simple. To purchases account. The value being 200. Error of omission. Sales return 500 from Bakshi was entered in the purchases table. If you are routing through purchases day book, it affects both of them. Sales return. What is the journal entry for sales return? Correct entry being sales return account debit to Bakshi. Value being 500 fine. What's the wrong entry? They have routed through which account? Purchases day book. What is the journal entry for purchases? Purchase account debit to Bakshi. The value being 500. On scrutiny between the correct entry and wrong entry, if you find common name in the same place, it is not a reason for the disagreement. Bakshi in credit side available for the correct entry as well as wrong entry, so it's not a reason for the error. Now, correct entry should be passed, wrong entry should be reversed. Rather than debit, it should be credited. So, the fourth entry in this case being sales return should be debited, to purchases should be credited. The value being 500 fine. The value being 500 fine. Fifth one. Wages of 500 spent on erection of machinery debited to the wages account. Come on, tell me. What sort of error is this? Error of principle. Wages paid for erection of machinery should be debited to the machinery account, but they have debited wrongly to the wages account. Capital item is named as revenue item. That will be the error of principle. Now, what is the correct entry? Correct entry for this? As the wages payment for the machinery, you have to debit machinery account debit. So, machinery account debit to bank. What's the wrong entry? They have wrongly debited to the wages. Wages account debit to bank. The value being 500. In both the cases, bank in credit side. Not a reason for disagreement. Now, to rectify the entry, the debit should be passed and wrong entry debit should be cancelled. This debit should be cancelled and post that in the credit side. Fifth entry. Machinery account debit to wages account. The value being 500 fine. Sixth one. Legal expenses 100 paid on purchase of building debited to the legal expenses account. Correct entry. Legal charges for purchasing the building should be part of building account. Okay. And they have wrongly charged to the legal expenses account. Error of principle. This is also error of principle. So, building account debit to cash is the correct entry. Now, what is the wrong entry? Legal expenses wrongly debited. So, legal expense account debit to cash. This value being 100. The 100 remains same in both the cases, not a reason. Correct entry should be passed, wrong entry should be reversed. Rather than debit, it should be credited. The correct entry in this case, rectification entry in this case being building account debit to legal expenses. Value being 100. Clear? Shall I move on to the next one? And seventh one. Salary 1000 paid to manager was debited to his personal account. Okay. What is the correct entry? Salary paid. Entry being salary account debit to cash. The value being 1000. What is the wrong entry? To his personal account, manager account name. Manager account debit to cash. 1000. Error of posting. Cash has no error. To rectify This may be passed and this may be reversed. So the rectification entry for the seventh one being salary account debit to manager. The value being 1000. Eighth, salary of 500 paid to A, the partner, was debited to his drawings account. Error of posting, similar to the seventh one, where wrongly it is charged to the personal account, here wrongly charged to the drawings account. It should be charged to the salary only. Correct entry, A's salary account debit to cash. The value being 500. What is the wrong entry? Drawings account debit to cash. Drawings account debit to cash. Which is not having any error. Cash is not having any error. This debit should be cancelled to cancel and convert that to credit to cancel the wrong entry. Eighth one. What is the rectification entry? A's salary account debit to drawings. The value being 500. Ninth one. Sale of an old machine 500 was entered in the sales day book. Machine sale should be shown in the credit side of the machine account. Machine should be reduced, but they have shown that as a sales. Error of principal error, rule. Okay. Capital may be considered as revenue may be considered as capital. Why I am using the type of error here is once they have asked only the type of errors in the examination, not the rectification errors. 5 errors given and asked to answer what type of error is this, whether principal error or omission or casting, posting error. So you have to understand whether it's a casting error, posting error and all. Ninth one. The correct entry is sale of machine, bank to machine. The value being 500. What is the wrong entry? Bank to sales, wrong entry. Bank has no problem. This one okay, this one now debited. Ninth one. Sales account debit to machine account. The value being 500. Clear? Shall I go for the 10th one? Goods of the value 200 returned by R was taken into stock but no entry was passed. No entry passed, then it's omission. Okay, R returned the goods and the goods were kept in the godown. While physical verification, closing stock includes this, but we have not passed the entry for the reversal. Sales return missing. Now you have to pass simply a sales return entry. Sales return account debit to R account. The value being 200. 11th one. Goods worth 500 returned to Anthony were entered in the purchase day book and debited to the account of Anthony. What is the correct entry for goods returning? Anthony account debit to sales purchase return. To purchase return. The value being 500. What is the wrong entry? Come on. Anthony account debit to Anthony account debit and Purchases account also debit. Okay. Goods worth 500 returned to Anthony. Then Anthony to purchase return is correct one, but they have entered in the purchases day book. Entered in the purchase day book, the total of purchases book will be transferred to the debit side of the purchases account. But from there, for Anthony, no, it was wrongly debited. So purchase is also debited, Anthony is also debited. This is happening only because of the practical accounting system. Purchases day book you recorded. The total of purchases day book is transferred to the purchases account in debit side. No problem, that's correct. Within that, the party's name, no, Anthony name. It should be transferred to the credit side, no. If it is from the purchase book, but they have wrongly posted in the debit side. Double error. Now, this should be cancelled. Otherwise, Anthony is correct. Correct entry should be passed and wrong entry should be reversed. Then the entry be 11th one. 2 purchase return. 2 purchases. This one 500, this one also 500. We have to find it. 12th one. Furniture of 700 purchased for proprietor's residence was entered in the purchases table. Come on, tell me. What's the correct entry? Furniture of 700 purchased for proprietor's residence. Huh? What is the correct entry? Joint. Okay, drawings account. Drawings account debit to bank or cash. What is the wrong entry? Okay, they have wrongly showed in purchase account. So purchase account debit to bank, not bank, the party, seller. Here also party, seller. Okay, party. Now we don't have any problem with this. This debit should be cancelled by crediting. So 12th journal entry be drawings account debit. Drawings account debit. The wrong debit of purchase should be transferred to the credit account. Okay. Credit of the purchases. Sorry, the value being 700. Hope now you'll be able to understand all the aspects. Okay. See, what we have solved here is assuming the rectification errors done before the trial balance. You need to understand what type of error is this. Sometimes in your examination, you're supposed to quote the type of error and then you have to proceed with the rectification. And that too, the rectification could be done before the trial balance or after trial balance, but before final accounts. Sometimes it may be after the final accounts also. For all the 3 models, I may solve the same illustration. What happens if the trial balance is rectifiable? Okay, rectifiable after trial balance, but before final accounts in that case. Okay, between trial balance to final accounts. Okay, how can we proceed this? How can we proceed this? If any one of the side missing, then we have to name this the suspense account in this case. So first question, definitely we have the suspense account. The entry B. Okay. So the change is happening. The change is happening. 2 suspense account. 620. Second entry, no problem. Third entry, no problem. Fourth entry, no problem. Fifth entry, no problem. Sixth entry also same. In this scenario, this is between trial balance to final accounts. First entry no problem, second no problem, third no problem. 11th we miss debit side value, so I had to name this being suspense account. The value being 1000. The value being 1000. Clear? So what happens if we are going to rectify after final accounts? After final accounts. In case of after final accounts, nominal account is going to be replaced. First account, discount allowed, discount received, both are nominal accounts, so will be now named as P&L adjustment account. Discount allowed also P&L adjustment, discount received also P&L adjustment account, then you can write directly P&L adjustment account. Debit, the value being 620. To suspense account, 620. Second entry, sales and purchase both are nominal account, will be now replaced with P&L adjustment account. So Sundaram account debit to P&L adjustment account. The value being 600, 600. Drawings and purchase. Come on. Purchase is a nominal account. Drawings also adjusted in which account? Capital account. So capital account debit to P&L account, otherwise no entry. Why? Drawings also adjusted in the P&L capital account, and P&L account also adjusted in the capital account. So in capital account, 200 rupees debited, 200 rupees credited, then neutralized. We don't pass any entry. Drawings account replaced with the capital. Purchase is replaced with the P&L account. This P&L account will have ultimately adjusted only in the capital account, so I can name this being capital account. So capital account debit, capital account credit will be eliminated. You can pass no entry for third, no entry. Or if you want to pass entry, you can of course pass. Third one, drawings to P&L adjustment account or capital to P&L adjustment. Capital to P&L adjustment account. Or no entry. Let's go for the fourth one. Sales return and purchases. Sales return also nominal account, purchase also nominal account. Debit side also P&L adjustment account, credit side also P&L adjustment account. Ultimately, no entry. Ultimately, no entry. Machine and wages. Machine is real account, wages is a means the nominal account, should be renamed as P&L adjustment account. So the entry be machinery account debit to P&L adjustment account. Find it, find. Building to legal expenses. Building is a real account, legal expenses is a nominal account, replaced with the P&L adjustment account. So the entry be building account debit to P&L adjustment account. Hope now you'll be able to understand this one. Shall I go for the next page? Next. Here. Come on. How we'll pass a rectification entry if the rectification takes place after final accounts? First one, salary, nominal account, so named as P&L adjustment account. Manager personal account will remain as it is. The value being 1000. A salary and drawings. A salary, drawings. A salary nominal account will be cancelled into by transferring to the P&L adjustment account and drawings account. But anyhow, A is the owner, I think. A is the owner, right? So automatically A salary will be adjusted in the A's account or P&L account. Drawings also P&L account. Will have no entry at all. Will have no entry at all. Okay. Or you can pass this way. A salary can be simply P&L adjustment account. Eighth one only. Okay. P&L adjustment account. And drawings also capital account. Find P&L also be adjusted in the P&L account. Capital also going to be adjusted in the P&L account. This will be minus, this will be plus from the capital P&L account. It remains then 0. So no entry, or you can pass it. Usually no entry, no impact will be available finally. Sales account to machine. What is the entry? P&L adjustment account debit to machine. To machine. Find. Sales return to R account. Sales return should be named as P&L adjustment account as it is being the nominal account. R personal account, it remains as it is R account, the value being 200. 11th, suspense account. Purchase return and purchase both are nominal account, now replaced with the P&L adjustment account. You can club that values also. Suspense account debit to P&L adjustment account. P&L adjustment account. Value being 1000, 1000. Drawings account debit to purchase. So drawings is nothing but capital account. Purchases P&L adjustment account. Capital and the P&L account finally is going to be adjusted only in the capital account, so it becomes 0. No entry. Or you want to show profit separately, capital separately, then you can use the capital to P&L adjustment account. No problem here. With that, one of the comprehensive illustrations is over. The next illustration, question number 3, is all about understanding the logics of cancelling suspense account and all. So we'll see that later on. Come on, you finish up this and we move on to the next illustration. Question number 3. Trial balance as at 31st March 2024. Okay. Debit side and credit side, after preparing the trial balance, the totals are not matching. Debit side total is 9,638, credit side total is 9,600. 38 rupees shortage in the credit side. In order to close the trial balance temporarily, the difference is named as suspense. Usually do so. If the trial balance is not agreed, the difference is usually named as suspense. If I keep that value in suspense account, what does it mean? I have to locate the error and rectify so that the suspense account will be removed. It's a temporary arrangement to immediately settle the ledger, but of course we have to resolve that issue. So after this, as the debit side is more, the difference is placed on the shorter side, and then the suspense account will be opened with the credit balance. So we have the suspense account now in the credit side. Suppose the following errors were discovered on 1st April 2024. Now only we came to know these are the errors we have. These are the errors we have. Okay. Clear? How can we pass the rectification entry? Error 1, 2, 3, 4 errors are there. Requirement. Pass rectification entries and show the suspense account. So you have to pass the rectification entry and prepare the suspense account. After preparing suspense account, you have to confirm whether the suspense account is removed totally. Removed totally or not. Apart from that, find out the true net profit if the profit before discovering error being 1,500. So we prepared final accounts. After preparing final accounts, we came to know that profit is 1,500. With these 4 errors, the profit is 1,500 means after the rectification, what could be the correct profit? So these are the two questions are asked here. As per the first question, you have to prepare what? You have to prepare what? Rectification entry, pass the rectification entry after the trial balance but before the final accounts slide. For the third requirement, you have to pass the rectification entry after the final accounts. Or you can straight away pass the entry for rectifying the errors after the trial balance slide. So after the final accounts slide, we can work out. So we are going to rectify after the final accounts. After the final accounts. A credit item of 93 has been debited to the personal account of Raman as 39. Right. Raman. Personal account of Raman as 39. What is the correct entry? Okay. To Raman. Raman should be credit. The value being 93. What's the wrong one? Raman debit. Value being 39. Correct entry should be passed, wrong entry should be reversed. To reverse, this should be credited. So naturally, what happens? To Raman, credit. Rectification entry. This one is also credit. This 39 debit, to cancel that, it should also be credited. Now, what is the total value? 132. 132 debit and credit. Debit side is missing, no? Then it will be named as what? Suspense account. We came to know there is a difference of 38 rupees. By passing the first entry, we found that one of the reasons for the difference being this one. This 132 should be reversed. Also, the suspense account still has some balance. So, we may need to find out the other errors also. Second, 75 written off as depreciation of plant and machinery account has not been debited to the depreciation account. So, the correct entry for the depreciation being depreciation to plant and machinery. What's the wrong entry? To plant and machinery. Not debited in the depreciation. Not debited in depreciation. Means already credited in the P&L plant and machinery, but we have not debited to the depreciation. Partial omission. Partial omission. So this one is okay. This one is omitted. In case of omission, you have to pass entry. But depreciation being the nominal account, we can replace with the P&L adjustment account to suspense account. Because we need to adjust the profit also. To adjust the profit, we assume the rectification taken means are done only after the preparation of final account. So the value be 75 here. 75 here. Is that clear? If it is being the means rectification happening after the 12 months before the final accounts, then the P&L adjustment account being only depreciation. Only depreciation. Is that clear? Third one. A discount of 45 allowed to Natraj and Sons has been credited to them as 54. Discount allowed. Discount allowed upon debit to Natraj. Correct entry. The value being 75, 75. What is the wrong entry? Discount allowed to Natraj. Okay. Has been credited to them as 54. Thereupon it is credited as 54. Only the error happens with respect to Natraj account, not in the discount allowed. So discount allowed has no problem. Natraj has a problem. This 54 should be debited. To cancel the wrong entry, it should be reversed. Credit value is wrong, so you have to cancel that by debiting. Already Natraj 75 in the credit side, 54 should be debited with his account, then ultimately we have 21 rupees. 21 rupees. No, sorry, 45, no. This is 45, this is 45. 45 should be is in the credit and 54 in the debit. So naturally what happens? 9 rupees should be in the debit side. 9 rupees should be in the debit side. So third one, Natraj account. Natraj. Debit, the value being 9. The other side is missing, named as suspense account. Value being 9. Fourth entry, the total of sales return book has been undercashed. Sales return is what? Debit value. If the debit value is undercasted, you give one more debit to that. So fourth one being sales return account debit 10 to suspense. The other side is missing, so named as suspense account. But anyhow, it is a nominal account. You can replace this with P&L adjustment account later on. Later on. Is that clear? So we have rectified all the journal entries. It's all the errors. Now you have to prepare suspense account and P&L adjustment account. Suspense account and P&L adjustment. See here. Suspense account. We came to know we have unbalanced value in trial balance. We kept the difference in the suspense account, that too in the credit side. Now we came to know suspense account has 38 rupees balance in the credit side. To rectify, to find out the reason for the difference and eliminate this, we verified and we found 4 errors and we passed a rectification entry. Now these rectification entries should be now incorporated in the suspense account. So here suspense account to Raman 132 and by P&L account 75 and by Natraj 9 and by sales return the value being 10. Now come on, tally this. Tally, right? So what happens now? We have found out the reason for the disagreement which was kept in suspense account, and by passing the rectification entry, all the errors are rectified. Now we don't have suspense. Is it confirmed that there is no any error? We are not sure. There may be some errors not located by preparing the trial balance, like compensating error, complete omission, error of principle. We are not sure with that. At least those errors can be located by preparing the trial balance, identified and located. The next question, what could be the net profit? This may be the wrong profit. 1500 rupees profit we have arrived by preparing these errors. If these errors rectified, what would be the real profit? So now we have to open one more account called P&L adjustment account. P&L adjustment account. What are the things are going to be renamed into P&L account? This depreciation is renamed as P&L adjustment account. This sales return also renamed with the P&L adjustment account. All the nominal accounts are replaced. Only 2 accounts are going to be replaced. For this 2 suspense account, already 1500 rupees balance we have. Balance being 1500. Now I am going to replace this one. 2 suspense account. 2 suspense account, the value being 75. Here is 2 suspense account again, the value being 10. Because of the 2 reasons, 75 and 10, we got a net profit balance of 1500. If these 2 are rectified, the ultimate balance should be how much? 1415 is the adjusted net profit of the business. Because of the error, trial balance disagreed, we kept the difference in suspense account at the rate of for rupees 38, and later we rectified that and we eliminated the suspense account. With the error, we found out the profit being 1500 by passing these entry. We now rectified the profit also. Now the correct profit for the business is 1415. 1415. Is that clear? This is how you have to understand the comprehensive idea of rectification errors. Now it's your duty to practice lots of illustrations to master here. Okay, come on, make a note of it.